All right, Shalom Akim, Shalom. Hey, Yabashim Shai Barakatham. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakwadash, and double honors to the elder apostle, the elder bishops of the great millstone. All right, welcome back to another Gem Man's Inspiration of the Almighty. And as you can see this title, this man envies you. The Edomites envy the Israelites. This man envies you. The Edomites, the self-proclaimed white man and his descendants, they envy the Israelites, the Negro, Latino, and Native Americans. And when you come to understand that, then you're just able to move better out here, especially being in this Edomite society. So yes, you Israelites out there, you Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, you have an enemy. And the hatred and the envy that he had for you is real. Okay? And I'm going to go into it in this lesson, and Lord willing, it's edifying, and it just helps you understand when you out and about in your daily life what this man and this Edomite, and who you're dealing with. Yeah, he's very envious of you. Okay? This is Proverbs chapter 27, verse 4. It says, "Wrath is cruel and anger is outrageous, but who was able to stand before envy?" That was the first verse the Lord had led me to. And let me read that in the NLT to make it a little bit more plain, simple. It says, "Anger is cruel and wrath is like a flood, but jealousy is even more dangerous." So when it comes to envy, the effects of envy, it can be deadly. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what Esau Edom, his envious nature has led to a lot of our people being put to death. It's lethal, it's fatal. This dude envies our greatness. He envies the way that you look. Okay? He envies your abilities. The Edomites envy us. So when you out and about in your daily life and you peeping how they're treating you, you know, they're treating you in a negative fashion, it's because they envy you, man. You know what I'm saying? It goes all the way back to the scripture. So, like I said, jealousy is even more dangerous than cruel and anger. And jealousy is a synonym for envy. They mean the same thing. So this guy right here, this Edomite, he envies you. Okay? This is the word envy in the etymology. It says envy, jealousy, rivalry. That's why I said you have an enemy. You have to understand you have an enemy and what the enemy is doing to you. All right, this dude is attacking us through the social media. He's attacking us through food. He's attacking us through the oppression of the city, the way he set the cities up, how we're in the ghettos, and how we have poor education. Basically, we got to climb out the mud, like the saying go. And he's born with a silver spoon in his mouth, and he still looks at us in envy. He still wants our abilities, the way we look. You know what I'm saying? His woman wants us, and he envious of that. But it's a rivalry that goes all the way back to the scriptures. That's why, because he is the bad guy. We are the good guy. He is the bad guy. So he's a jealous dude. Okay, we're dealing with a jealous man. Okay, so when you out and about and you peeping the envy off of them, you know, this is what the Lord allowed. This is what's happening. And that's why Yahushua told us to be wise as a serpent. Because you got an envious man out here that would do anything to see you down. All right? Peep this video that I had ran across. I forgot who I seen it from. Maybe one of the apostles. But I'm going to play it back. Dealing with these jakes that, you know, they're wealthy. They're set. And this Edomite come up to them, see them, you know, doing them. You know how Jake is. They're very flamboyant when it comes to money. They had nice cars and all of that stuff. And Esau got jealous of it. And he came over there and he spilled out his envious nature. Let's play this real quick.
Do you even know anything about my legacy? I live on the ocean.
You think I care?
My house is worth more than you.
How much your house worth, bro?
4 million. 4 million.
Bro, that's not even worth the amount of my car. That's not even the amount in my burner account, bro.
Great, you win. Let me ask you this.
All right.
Does money make the man?
You brought up money. Who gives a shit about money? I'm happy.
Because you talked about how much
you
my
seem
Audi
miserable. Bro said a 4 mil house is worth money. He made 4 mil last month.
Do you even know anything about my legacy?
Yeah, that was a quick little short. And when I had seen somebody doing a commentary on it, and Esau just came over there because Jake was, Jake was being Jake, and they got money. These Jakes are wealthy. They found out some loophole to get money. Esau came over there and tried to, boast himself, talking about he had a $4 million house that's worth more than the Jakes. And Jakes laughed him off because he's envious. It just goes back to my lesson, this lesson. He's envious. He's an envious dude. And then you see he tried to switch up everything by saying, does money make a man? And Jake had to tell him, bro, you brought money up. That's because Esau, he's just an envious piece of crap. You got all these Karens that's walking around in the earth. They see a young little Israelite selling Gatorades, water at a park. They get envious off of that and want to call the police on a young Jake. It's because they just don't want to see us be successful. They don't want to see us have anything. They want to just see us down and low, which goes back to that envy, which goes back to that rivalry. And they're actually in their right spirit. You're supposed to be envious of us. And guess what? We're better than you. All right? We're better than you, you Edomites. Okay? This is Genesis chapter 25, verse 21. It says, and Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she is barren, and the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived, going all the way back to Jacob and Esau. This is the origins of the Edomites and the Israelites. The Lord, remember the prophecy of what the Lord said will be what will be between the two children. It says, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if I be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. The 2 nations are talking about the Israelite nation and the Edomite nation. That was in Rebekah's womb. These 2 children will become 2 nations. It says, and 2 manner of people will be separated from thy bowels. And the manner of people is talking about the 2 different customs, culture, the way they do things. The way us Israelites do things are different than the Edomites. Edomites like to eat their food with blood in it. We like to ours all the way cooked all the way through. Edomites like to be all in the wild and jumping out of airplanes and climbing mountains and sleeping on the side of a mountain like a goat. Israelites like to be in the tent at the house, chilling with their woman. You know what I'm saying? And doing things of that nature. We are totally different. And this Edomite is envious he's envious at the way that we are. When we get dressed, he gets mad with the way that you're dressed. You know what I'm saying? He likes to wear his clothes all dingy, and he'll wear the same pair of shoes for 5 years. Jake like to be fresh. Esau hates that, man. But that's the 2 different manner of people. It says, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So the Heavenly Father said one should be stronger. And when you look up this word stronger, it goes to the Strong's H55:3. And the Hebrew word is amatazah. And look what it says. To be strong, alert. We're more alert than them. Courageous. We're more courageous than them. It's been Israelite men that secretly behind the scenes that have been winning a lot of these battles within these wars that this Edomite has. Like going back to 70 AD, dealing with Tiberius Alexander, the one that led the Romans into bringing down the Israelites and kicking the southern kingdom out of the land. It was Jake. The Buffalo Soldiers that was capturing Gad. It was Gad capturing Gad. Esau Edom is not a courageous dude, man. It says brave. We're more brave, stout, bold. We're more bold than them. We better than them in all the sports. It says solid, hard. You see? So the Heavenly Father put it in our spirit to be more stronger than this dude. Courageous, brave, alert. We're smarter than this guy. I got a Black Inventors book right here. And Jake created majority of the things that we use in society today for conveniency. It was Jake. You know what I'm saying? And Esau, what he do? He steals the patent and says that he is the one that created whatever the patent is. He's a thief and a robber, man. As it is said of him. It says, prove superior. We are superior. And he don't like it. This dude was doing, I forgot what chemical he was putting in, just like the medicine, the food, and what it was doing to Jake, it was shrinking our rods. I forget what I forgot the information on that, man. You know what I'm saying? This dude was envy of us, of our genitals. When we were getting brought over here, off the slave ships, this dude was chopping Jake rods off. You know, he was just chopping Jake rods off from fresh off the boat. Just chop his rod off. They'll put a lot of amputated ligaments. He'll keep it as a souvenir and shit. He had your rod in a glass jar. This dude used to cut off our woman's breasts and put them on plates. You know, like they're Jello. This dude is an envious dude. Our women look better than his. You know what I'm saying? Our woman is stunning compared to that Edomite woman. And you got some fine Edomite women out there, but when it comes to a Israelite woman, she get blew out the water. And Esau envies that. Matter of fact, I had typed in why white people envy black greatness. And it says multiple sources discuss the idea that some white people may react negative to success of black people due to feelings of envy, fear of losing their privileged position. So that's what happens with Esau. He in his mind, he know that he gonna get put in the back because everybody gonna want to be around Jake. That's why he create communities. He done brought us over here, had us build up his place, and he creates communities where Jake is not allowed. Because they know once Jake get up in there, you know, everybody gonna start, the whole city or the whole vibration is gonna start swinging to the energy of Jake. You know what I'm saying? Just like dealing with Jackie Robinson. When you watch the movie 42, the Edomites was explaining they didn't want to let Jake into the baseball league is because they're going to take it over. In the movie Emancipation, starring Will Smith, the Edomite was sitting by the campfire and they was having stories, and he was talking about his father. The grown man was talking about how his father raised him, the Edomite, and the Edomite was saying when he was a kid, his father told him, you can't let Jake do anything, because the moment you let them do anything, they're gonna conquer, they're gonna defeat you, they're gonna take over. So these Edomites, like I said, fear of losing their privileged position. These Edomites know that Jake will snatch their position just off of Jake being themselves. It says, or anxieties about a level of playing field. They didn't have to switch. Like I say, got anxiety of the level of playing field. They have to switch up the sports. They did the 3 and the key for Shaq. You know what I'm saying? It was this one little young Jake years ago. He was scoring all the touchdowns, so they limited him to only scoring like 3 touchdowns a game, and then they had to take Jake out the game. A little young Jake. So, but it goes all the way back to envy. That's what it is. That's all it is. He has envy in his spirit towards us. Matter of fact, it says, here are some arguments and points raised. It says, fear of loss of power privilege. Some sources suggest that white people in a privileged majority may fear the success of people of color because it could significantly, it could signify a loss of their own power and influence. It says black success can be perceived by some as a threat to the established social hierarchy. You see? And Jake then already took over the sports. Every sport, basically, Jake took over. The only sport Jake ain't really took... Well, hey, man, Jake done took over almost everything. They even took over skating. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, hey, we read in Genesis, we're better, we're stronger. Bold. It says, established a social hierarchy, leading to the fear of competition. Hey, I remember, what was it? Bill Cosby wanted to buy one of those TV stations and they rejected him. He had the money for it and everything. But they know that they will have competition. Okay? They will have competition. Esau is scared to have competition with Jake because Jake is just naturally built better. And he envies that. You know? It says, some argue that envy can be a factor contributed to the negative reactions, as success can evoke feelings of comparison and insecurity. So in Esau's mind, he compares himself to us, and then he realizes he's not better, and it becomes an insecurity to him. So that's the reason why when you up in the store, brothers and sisters out there, and Esau just acting weird towards you, it's because truly he envying something about you. You may be dressed real nice, you know? You may have something expensive on that he knows the price of it, and he like, man, how he can have that? I can't afford that. Or who do he think he is? Do he think he better than me? Because, and you don't even know this mother freaker. You don't know nothing about him. You just came in the store. He didn't already compared himself and became insecure against you. And that's the reason why you go in the store and they mistreat you, or you get the negative vibes. It was the other day I was at the store just getting some stuff, getting some groceries, and this Edomite wouldn't move for me. And I chuckled in my mind. I laughed and I chuckled. I smirked, and I just waited for him to move, or her. It was a woman. It was like a Karen. She did not move, and the only way that I could get through was if she moved. So I waited for her. I laughed. It made me feel good. And when she moved, it felt like the Lord moved her. The way she moved, it was weird. It looked weird, and I walked right through. I was happy. And I felt that demon. It was just envious nature. You know? It says leading to resentment and even actions under black individuals or groups. They hate to see us out there telling the truth against them. You know? We out there in the streets, they envious of that. We just telling the truth and bringing out all your lies and you envying it. Check this out. It says historical context and white supremacy. It says historically the advancement of black people have been met with resistance. Every time Jake had any type of upliftment, Esau Edom came through and sabotaged it. From the Black Panthers to the civil rights leaders, Malcolm X and all them different type of dudes. Even this Hebrew Israelite thing of ours, he've already infiltrated certain Israelites. You know? So our advancements have been met with resistance against this Edomite. He knows that the moment that Jake get up, Jake gonna take over. It says in narratives of white supremacy have been used to justify segregation of black individuals, potentially impacting how white people view black success today. That's right. And Esau Edom have been a devil this whole time of keeping us low, envying us so bad to keep us low. You know what I'm saying? Attacking us through the goddamn hip-hop music, man. And the elder brother Brock has sent a video going back to the 90s, and things like that, 80s and the 90s, you had Jake protesting against rap music and how it was destroying the community. Jake was not for rap music when it first was coming out. You had Israelites saying, nah, this is degrading us. And Esau, what did he do? He funded it. He funded it, the rap music, and then he built prisons on the other end and slapped Jake in those prisons because they were following the lyrics of gangster rap and things like that, murdering one another and things like that. You know? So, the envy is real, brothers and sisters out there. The envy is real. You got to understand what you're dealing with. You're dealing with an envious dude. Matter of fact, this is Wisdom of Solomon 2:23. It says, "For the Heavenly Father created man to be immortal and made him to be in his image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it." Through envy of the devil came death in the world. Who was the first murderer or the person that committed the act of putting somebody to death? Huh? Who was the first murderer? Cain. Cain, the spirit that is in Cain is the same spirit that's in the Edomites. So they're still to this day so envious of us that they'll kill us for any little thing. I seen a video the other day where this Israelite was a big obese Israelite, and he was in a wheelchair, and I don't know, maybe he was driving through somebody's rally or these Edomites rally, you know, kind of yelling or whatever. But he's big and in the chair, he can't do nothing. The Edomite pull out his gun and shoots the obese Jake in a wheelchair. Just shoot him. You know what I'm saying? Just shoot him. So that envious nature came out. But like I said, through envy of the devil came death into the world. That's how death got entered in the world, because of his envious nature. The effects and the results of envy leads to a person, he'll put you to death over it. That's why we read in Proverbs, who is able to stand before envy? Envy is a emotion that is no joke. You envy a person, you would do anything to take him down. You will go out your way. You will spend money, time. And that's exactly what this devil has did. He has spent money and time to destroy us and try to bring us low. Millions of dollars. Shit, trillions. This dude, whole society is based after keeping us low. This dude in the 80s and the 1900s, this dude was snatching the fathers out of the house and giving the woman benefits to keep us away. And now the results of our children are all jacked up mentally. That was an envious move. This is 1 John. Remember 1 John 3:11? It says, "For this is the message that you have heard from the beginning, that we should love one another." This dude don't love you, man. Look at what he has did in history. He don't love you. Okay? It says, "Not as Cain, who was that wicked one, who slew his brother, and wherefore slew he him?" Why did he do it? Why did he kill his brother? Why did death come into the world? Because his own works were evil and his brothers was righteous. He envied what Cain envied what Abel decided to do. The fact that we're closer to the Heavenly Father, we lean and trust in the Lord. Esau envious of that. He hates that. You know? This dude is going so far with his envy that he wants to micro-C-hip all Israel, all the Israelites, and he act as God towards us. We worship him. This dude is he's an envious bastard. Literally. An envious bastard. And he's still envious to this day. It never died out. It never stopped. It got worse throughout the generations. This is Genesis 27:41. "And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob." So this guy, he envies the blessings that we have been given. All right? All the history that, the greatness and the history that Jake have have shown throughout the years. This dude then stole our inheritance from us, man. Said that he's King David and he's the King David's mighty man. You know what I'm saying? This dude then said he's the Vikings. This dude is everything that all the great moments, the 300, the men of Athens, the warriors of Athens. This dude said he was all these people. And then you come to find out these people are our people, man. Here it is, Mozart and Beethoven. These are all Israelites. King James, Israelites. But he didn't sat here and showed his envy towards us by covering it up and saying it's him. You know? He didn't paint himself as the Lord's son. He didn't paint himself like as if he was Yahushua. Come on, man. Like I said, then when I slay my brother Jacob, that it never stopped. The death coming into the world by the devil, and Esau slaying his brother Jacob, it never stopped. It has gotten worse. You know what I'm saying? It has gotten worse. And it's important to understand that. It's important for us to understand what we're dealing with here. So when you out and you dealing, you know exactly how to move around this envious demon. And this is all the works of Yahweh Shema Shai. Like we read in the definition of envy, it said rivalry. Well, the Lord set this rivalry up, or this pitching one party against the other. The Lord set it up like that. This is Genesis 3:14. It says, and the Lord said unto the serpent, which the serpent represents Cain, Esau, Edom. That's the same person. Okay? Because the characteristics of you Edomites, you white people, is that of a serpent. It says, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and the dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. So this is the Lord going all the way back to the Genesis. The Lord putting a curse on the serpent for tricking the woman. Remember, it was Esau, Edom who tricked the woman. Or it was when they were the sons of the wicked at the time. But it was a spirit that's in Esau, Edom. The sons of the wicked tricked the sons of God into being wicked. You know? Because they envied us back then. You see? So this is the Lord putting a curse on them. And the Lord said he would do what? I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. And it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. And this verse is talking about how the Lord going to put enmity between the nation of Esau, Edom, the descendants of Cain, if you will, but the nation of Esau, Edom, and the nation of Israel. The Lord going to put enmity. And when you look up the word enmity, it goes to the Strong's H342, and the Hebrew word is ayabah. And it says hatred, hostility. It's a very hostile nature between us two. In Esau, Edom, he's shown us how hostile he is to us since we've been in this man's hands. It don't stop. This dude experimenting all on us. Look up Cornelius Rhodes, the Tuskegee experiment, Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? This dude then built freeways over Native American graveyards. He done broke every treaty. Envy. This is Psalms 51 and 21. And it's all good because the Lord pitched us two against each other. But the Lord he gonna judge you Edomites for what you have did to us Israelites. It's Psalms 50 and 21. It says, these things hast thou done, and I have kept silence. Thou hast thought I was altogether such a one as thyself. But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. So you Edomites, you thought the Most High was with your little demonic envious ass. But the Lord is going to reprove you, and he's already started to set the Israelites in order before you. Before your damn Edomite eyes. You done paid millions and trillions of dollars to keep us down through the education system, food, health, social media. And it didn't work. Now we see your envious ass and we know exactly how to move around you, man. What good is your power of deception if we know the truth? You know? So, man, let me read this quick. Amos 1:11. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, for three transgressions of Edom, and for four, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity." No type of pity because of his envy. His anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. But I will send a fire upon Teman, and shall devour the places of Basra. So the Lord finna punish you, Edomites. You damn envious bastards. But with that being said, hey, Yabba Shema Shah Barakathon, throttle for you brothers and sisters, stop through. Understand you have an enemy, and he's very envious. Hey, Shalom Akim. All praise Yabba Shema Shai. Shalom.